From the dawn of creation, the history of our universe has been one of violent conflict, a chaotic clash of opposing forces vying to dominate the void. The very elements of nature itself are in constant upheaval, an eternal combat of opposites. Light against darkness, heat against cold, motion against inertia. And on the world of humankind, the awesome struggle of good against evil, the conflict between love and malevolence. In Transylvania stands a sinister castle, a fortress shelter of evil and death. The lord of this castle is the tragic and terrifying personification of the cruel conflict between the affirmation of life and the corruptions of death. Condemned to exist eternally, unliving but undead, and tormented by mortal passions, he is known as Dracula.
With an opening as audaciously cosmic as that, you would think Marvel Comics' first animated movie would have plenty of potential to be good. Oh, it's good. Good at being crazy. It also answers the important questions like, does Dracula like hamburgers? 1980s Dracula has a plot, surprisingly. Too much plot, actually. I can't even begin to describe it here. Just know that the movie has Dracula in it, so it at least is honest on that point. Dracula flies around, steals women, bites people. It's your standard Dracula flick. But it has some added twists, like Dracula fathering a son, Dracula mugging people for pocket change, and Dracula fighting Satan. Damn, Dracula is one vampire that has a lot at stake. As bold and ambitious as the movie is, it is incredibly flawed. I absolutely love it though, because it's got gorgeous art, a funky disco's dying spooky synth soundtrack, and the subject matter is just great. You couldn't ask for more. It's a living comic book. You just can't beat classic animation, Marvel's Dracula, and Japanese insanity. That's right. This is apparently a Japanese team of animators' interpretation of Marvel's 1970s horror series, The Tomb of Dracula. That Asian strength is also the aforementioned problem with this movie, though. They tried to adapt the entire comic series into one movie. This leads to Dracula interrupting a satanic ritual 1 second. The next, the guy in a wheelchair fights a martial artist. Then Dracula is battling Satan. Then Dracula's dead son is turning into an eagle. And it goes on from there. It doesn't stop. Oh my god. I gotta calm down. The writing that is there in the plot also leaves a lot to be desired. Plot threads are woven together like a maniac with Parkinson's trying to sew a tiny hat for a bat. There's incredible amounts of detail shoved at you with Speed Racer-like dubbed dialogue by characters, who sometimes restate the same plot points we just saw in the previous scene.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. Count Dracula, sovereign of all vampires, exhibiting an apparent hunger for ordinary mortal food. And you're right about Elijah no longer reacting to him, which indicates he has lost his evil aura.
Now's our chance to kill him if he's lost his powers.
We have no justification to kill him if he isn't a vampire. We could all be arrested and convicted of murder.
It sometimes feels as if this was a TV series that had its episodes combined into one long movie, and each episode had the backstory restated at the beginning of the episode to help new viewers. However, it's a movie, so we don't need that, but they included it anyway. It's really, really weird. When you watch it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I'm trying to imitate it right now. They just don't stop talking. There's no breaks or pauses or anything like that. They just keep talking and they give you the whole thing. It's like when they talk about Spritle and Chim Chim breaking out of the Mach 5. It's crazy. It's like, stop, slow down, pause, breathe. All this attention to detail is meaningless overall, though, because just like the hat that I mentioned, the point of each thing is very hard to grasp and small and meaningless in the bigger picture of the movie, which has too many points to follow. The movie also constantly introduces new characters, to the point we are getting new villains thrown at us with only 10 minutes left in the movie. I'm not kidding. We're at the 10-minute mark, and they're like, hey, I gotta go beat up Torgo and take back the King of the Vampires role from him. And it's like, who's Torgo? That Torgo? No, this is a completely new guy that just pops out of the ground. Hey, it's me, it's Torgo, I'm here, here's my moment to shine. And then they beat him and it's of no consequence. Whatever. It's a bit ridiculous for us to see someone like Satan, the literal source of all earthly evil, getting defeated in the movie, and then we're expected to take some goon called Torgo, of all things, again, seriously, in the final act. Yeah, right, that's your final villain? Please. But still, just like Dracula is a sympathetic character in the movie, I can't hate this film. This is like your mom making you a Halloween costume. It looks goofy, it's rushed, but you feel amazing when you're in it. And hey, you gotta love that someone did it for you. Dracula has a lot to take in, but I had a blast doing it. I give this one 4 Draculas eating hamburgers out of 5. Definitely check it out.
We have no justification to kill him if he isn't a vampire.